Dear learners and listeners, Namaskar. I am Dr. Shweta and today we are going to talk about adulthood and aging. What is it like to grow old? What changes occur as people grow older? What does it mean to say that someone is old? These are some of the questions which come to our mind when we see or meet an aged person. We find that our parents do not behave as we do. The kind of images which normally come to our mind when we hear the word adult and aging are responsibility, stability, forgetfulness and sometimes poor health. We view the older years as a stage in life when people become more dependent on others. Are these stereotypes or myths? When we look into our society today, we notice that the segment of older population is growing. It has been estimated that by the year 2021, a major portion of the world's population will be in the category of aged people. Becoming adult and growing old is a biological process, but many other developments also take place along with it. You are going to learn about all these changes in this particular program, and with the help of this program, you will also be able to understand the value of aged people in the society and relating to them in a better way. So, the objectives of the today's program are going to be to explain the characteristics of the period of adulthood and old age, to describe the key developmental changes during adulthood. Also, we would be describing the problems of aging and the strategies to cope with these problems, as well as appreciate the concerns of aging and aged people. That is, what is the value of aged people in our society? That also we would be discussing at the end of this program. Let us first of all begin with the first objective, which is the adulthood stage. The period of adulthood is marked by society's expectations of performing one's duty as an adult. Some special roles and relationships like family and career are the major milestones of adulthood. The spurt of growth during adolescence stabilizes by adulthood, and the individual looks forward to more concrete roles in the society. Our capabilities and behaviors continue to change as we grow older, not only because of the biological growth, but also because of our knowledge and the way we interact with the environment around us. In the Indian tradition, the period of adulthood refers to Grihastha ashram. During this stage, an individual enters the social life and accepts responsibilities of family, marriage and entering into one's career as well. The stage of adulthood has the following sub-periods. Number 1, the young adulthood, which starts from early 20s and lasts till the 30s. The middle adulthood, and this period begins at the age of 40 and remains up till the age of 50 years. And then comes the later adulthood, which is 60s and above. Let us understand the various characteristics of each of these sub-periods one by one. First of all, young adulthood. What is young adulthood and what are the characteristics that it brings with it? In the young adulthood, it has been found that people are actually autonomous and they enjoy the independence. They become financially less dependent on the parental family. This is the time when they have to choose an appropriate career for themselves. Also, this is the best time to settle down and start a family life. During young adulthood, people have concerns about various social issues and forming close relationship with one's professional peers as well as members of the communities. Other responsibilities are also associated towards oneself as well as towards the society also. Then comes the adulthood or the middle age. From the period of 20s and 30s, the individual arrives at the middle age in the 40s and 50s. Middle age is characterized by competence, maturity, responsibility and stability. This is the time when one wants to enjoy the success of job, satisfaction derived from family and social life. People look forward to success of their children. Attention gets more focused on health, the future of children, aging parents, the use of leisure time and plans for old age. For women, menopause occurs between the age of 45 and 50. Menopause is supposed to be accompanied by some distressing physical and psychological symptoms in women. During this period, men show greater concern towards health, strength, power and sexual potency. As of now, we have talked about young and middle adulthood. Let us now come up to discussing another important phase of one's life, which is old age. Now, what are the characteristics of the old age and when does it begin? Old age actually begins at the age of 60. Most individuals lose their jobs as they retire from active services. They also begin to develop some concern and occasional anxiety over their physical and psychological health. It has been seen that many of the older individuals lose their spouses and this leads to the emotional insecurity. However, this may not be true of everybody. Many people at the age of 60 or above remain very healthy and active in life. Now, these were the typical characteristics of the old age. Let us also know that what are the physical and cognitive changes that take place during adulthood and old age. With advancing age, certain inevitable and universal changes such as chemical changes in cells or gradual loss of adaptive reserve capacity take place. These changes are slow and gradual. These changes are mainly physical and cognitive in nature. Let us try to understand these changes one by one. First of all, what are the physical changes that take place during the old age? The major physical changes that come with aging are described as the external changes, the internal changes and the changes in the sensory capacities. External changes actually refers to the symptoms of growing old that can be seen in an individual. With many individuals, the symptoms of aging can be seen as graying hair, aging skin, shift in posture and appearance of wrinkles and other changes. The next come the internal changes. The internal changes refers to the symptoms of growing old that are actually not visible. These include changes in the respiratory system, gastrointestinal system, cardiovascular system and the central nervous system. That is, what are the changes that take place between all these symptoms are regarded under the internal changes. Besides the external and the internal changes, there are changes in the sensory capacities also. With advancing age, there is gradual slowdown in the sensory abilities. As you all know that we communicate with the outer world through our senses. Losing any of the senses can have profound psychological and social consequences. Now, let us also know that what are the cognitive changes that take place during old age. As we all know, cognition refers to the process by which information is acquired, stored and used. During adulthood and aging, various aspects of cognition like memory, learning, attention and speed of performance get adversely affected. The aged people often report forgetfulness, difficulty in learning new techniques and acquiring new skills. Their concentration and responsiveness to environmental stimulus decreases. Dementia and Alzheimer are some of the important diseases of the old age. In general, people become more vulnerable during old age. These were some of the problems of old age. But with these problems, solutions are also available to deal with the aging process. These are known as the coping strategies. That what coping strategies one can adopt to deal with the old age. You must be wondering whether the process of aging can be stopped or can anyone remain young throughout. We have noted that aging is a biological process. This process gets affected by many other things such as stress, tension, habits, indisciplined life, ill health, ill work habits, etc. Leading a disciplined life means giving the body enough time to rest, proper work habits, less tension, proper nutrition and spirituality. It seems that aging can be delayed, but no one can escape it. One must not deny and also accept one's age and act in a realistic but optimistic manner. Different people adopt different coping strategies to meet with the life challenges. Some of the effective coping strategies can be such as that the individuals can develop an attitude of flexibility so that one may adapt to the pressures and problems of old age. Recognizing that one has to explore new ways of coping with the life events also helps in dealing with the stress which is associated with the old age. It has also been found that the greater use of information seeking and problem solving strategies rather than withdrawing or isolating helps to deal with the stress that is associated with the aging process. Increasing self-confidence, self-reliance, developing healthy attitude about one's strengths and weaknesses also helps a lot during the old age. Learning and maintaining effective coping skills and adopting an active approach towards the environment also comes as a boon during the old age. Now, let us know that how the social support can help in the aging process. Enlarging social network is another means of coping with the life's problem. Participating in various group activities such as joining clubs helps in dealing with the stress which is associated with the old age. Certain organizations for informal social interactions are found very helpful for the aged. Building a social network of people of their own age group in neighborhood or elsewhere provides them with greater opportunity to share their life circumstances and find emotional expressions for their existing problems. This was all about the changes that occur in the old age and how we can deal with those changes. But the last objective of the today's program was to throw light on the importance of the aged people in the society. One of the reasons for the growth of Indian society is its multi-generational structure, which means staying of many generations together in one family. This phenomena is expressed in the form of joint family system. Aged people have been always considered as individuals with a vast repertoire of knowledge and experience. Staying with them and respecting them helps not only in personal growth but facilitates multi-dimensional growth of a person. This was all about today's program, in which we could understand that what is adulthood and aging, what are the characteristics of these ages and how we can deal with the stress and strains of life during this phase. But before I end up, I would like to conclude that what we have gained from today's program. So first of all, we discussed that some special roles and relationships like family and career are the major milestones of adulthood. Our capabilities and behaviors continue to change as we grow older, not only because of the biological growth process, but also because of our understanding and the way we interact with the environment around us. The stage of young adulthood is characterized by new tasks and challenges in life, such as establishing financial and emotional independence and entering into marital relationship. Middle age is also viewed as a period of creativity and significant contribution to the society. In our society, the elderly are typically perceived as not so active, deteriorating intellectually, narrow-minded and attaching significance to religion and spirituality. However, it may not be true. The major physical changes associated with aging are described as the external and internal changes and the changes in the sensory capacities. But we also learned that leading a disciplined life means giving the body enough time to rest, proper work habits, less tensions, proper nutrition and spirituality may help to deal with the problems associated with the aging process. Also, the aged people have been always considered as individuals with a vast repertoire of knowledge and experience. With this, I end up for today's program, hoping that you have understood the topic well. Thank you.